Oh, hey, how is it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media Channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. And guys, look, I'm still dressed for work. I just got off work, and as promised, I am here to talk about the new Shout Factory, Screen Factory announcements. Now, as I'm recording this video, my physical media report is going up, and in that report, I did talk about Ace Ventura, which we're going to get into here in a second. But I didn't have any information. I didn't have a lot of information on all this stuff. That's why I wanted to wait and do the official announcements right here now because we have them on Monday. What is today? April the 28th, I think is today's date. But yeah, as of April the 28th, 2025, we have the July Shout Factory, Scream Factory announcements, and they dropped some stuff, guys. Like they actually dropped a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to get into. Before we get into it though, hit the like button for me. Hit the subscribe button for me. You know, we talk about all things physical media here on this channel, guys. You know, Blu-rays, 4Ks, owning the movies that you love. Let me adjust my chair real quick. Sorry guys. Yeah, all the movies that you love. If you like that kind of stuff, movies, physical media, 4Ks, Blu-rays. If you want to know about what's going on in the world of physical media, I try to update you guys as much as I can. Hit the subscribe button and then let me know in the comment section below, guys. Does any of this stuff appeal to you? I will be providing links. I'll link to the Shout Factory, Screen Factory website. But I will also provide Amazon links as well because some people just feel more comfortable ordering from Amazon. Now, I do think, I don't know, I'll have to get into the Amazon pricing and stuff. Usually, initially, on the website will be cheaper because Amazon's just kind of weird right now. Like it'll be like 50 bucks on there for a 4K and then they'll lower their prices. So I haven't checked the prices. I don't know what they are now. But usually Amazon will lower those prices at some point. So, but I'll go ahead and say it, guys. Well, no, I'll say it when we get into it. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and again, I'll link as much stuff as I can down below in the description of this video. And I can't tell you guys how excited I am for 2025 being the year of the comedy. You know, is what I'm going to call it. 2025 is the year of the comedy. I've been asking for more respect on the comedy, and I feel like this is the first year we're finally getting it. And it feels like it is an underserved genre. It's an underserved audience. And I feel like people are ready for this. And I feel like that they're hungry for it as well. But we got a 4K announcement of Ace Ventura. Should I put myself up at the top, guys? We got a 4K announcement of Ace. No, I'll keep myself at the bottom. Sorry, guys. We got a 4K announcement of Ace Ventura Pet Detective. We got a 4K slipcover and we've got a 4K steelbook. And guys, I was kind of bad. I ordered both. I ordered both today straight. And I wish they did like one of their bundle packages and maybe did some pin. I think Ace Ventura deserves a pin and postcard set for sure. But you know, I went ahead and made my own bundle. I got both of them because this is my jam. Like this is what I want. So I gotta shell out for it. Okay. And if they do the same thing for the mask, Dumb and Dumber, you know, Ace Ventura When Nature Calls, The Cable Guy, they start doing some of the other you know, I mean, they've already done Liar Liar, but I would buy it again. If they did a Liar Liar 4K and a 4K Steelbook, I'd be all over it. Even though the Shout Factory Blu-ray they did does look really good. But I'm gonna shell out for this stuff, guys. So I got to put my money where my mouth is. They announced Ace Ventura on 4K. So yeah, I spent about $80 with which no, actually it was free shipping, but with tax and everything, it came up to about 80 bucks to get the 4K slipcover and the 4K steelbook of Ace Ventura Pet Detective. And I did order it from Shout directly. It'll probably be on Amazon to pre-order as well, but I wanted to I wanted to make sure I got this in early. Like I want to be like one of the first people to be able to talk about Ace Ventura Pet Detective on this channel because this is a movie, guys, that you want to talk about movies that made me fall in love with movies. This is like a prime example. I used to watch In Living Color all the time, so I was very familiar with Jim Carrey when he like popped off as a movie star. And I know he did movies before this, but this was the big one for him that just really skyrocketed him, I feel like. And then, of course, The Mask would come after, Dumb and Dumber. All three of them came out in the exact same year, 1994. But I remember Ace Ventura. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember Ace Ventura being the first one to hit. But yeah, I freaking love this movie so much. So endlessly quotable. I could quote this movie right here now for the next like 5 to 10 minutes, but I know you guys don't want to hear it. I'll just say, laces out. Dan Marino should die of gonorrhea and rot in hell. And that's all you'll get from me. Do not go in there. Woo! Rover set, hut, hut. I'm done. Okay, I'm done. But Ace Ventura Pet Detective, one of my all-time favorites. Let's click on this steelbook, see if we got any other images. We don't have a back image of this. We don't have any interior artwork or anything like that. So I'm definitely going to be patiently awaiting that. Hopefully, when it ends up on Amazon, we'll get a better look at it. For whatever reason, like, why don't they give us the full details of this stuff on the actual Shout Factory website? It feels like with Shout Factory, they'll put this on like their site and you won't get like the full image of it. But then when Amazon puts it on theirs, you get the full image. It's like, why am I getting it on Amazon, but not on your actual? It just, a Shout Factory has a horrible website. They really do. But they gave me Ace Ventura, so I can't complain. This steelbook's going for $37.99. I mean, not a terrible price. I mean, we're in the age of paying, 35 to 40 to 50 to 60 bucks for steelbook. So not a terrible price for a new 4K steelbook. And this comes out on July the 29th. Damn, they're going to make me wait till all the way to the end of July. So I'll be getting this one in the middle of July. And I am just, guys, I'm so excited. I am so excited. If you guys like, people will be like, Ken, why haven't you seen this movie yet? How have you call yourself a movie buff and you haven't seen Dirty Harry? You guys want to know why I haven't seen some of these all-time classics? It's because I watched Ace Ventura like over and over again as a kid. This was the only movie I watched. I feel like from age 9 to age 19. I feel like I just watched Ace Ventura over and all the other Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler comedies as well. Like this is just my jam when I was a kid. Of course, I watched other things, guys. I'm just using this as an example. I watched this movie a lot. I did. So yeah, I freaking love Ace Ventura. New 4K transfer from the 35 millimeter original camera negative, presented in Dolby Vision, HDR10 compatible. I mean, look, I really think because you got with this, you got the big football stadium. There's a lot of like big. I would say there's some set piece moments in this film. I do think that When Nature Calls probably lends itself better to a 4K with that jungle setting and African kind of safari type setting in the rhino scene. We got to see the rhino scene in 4K, guys. But I do think that this is going to be pretty freaking fantastic in 4K. And Shout Factory's got a pretty good track record with their 4K restoration. So I'm anticipating a really good 4K out of Ace Ventura. But yeah, new 4K transfer. You're also gonna have a Blu-ray with a 4K transfer on the Blu-ray as well, and the audio is a DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, and you have the audio commentary with director Tom Shadyac. Is that how you pronounce his name? I should know, right? It's one of my all-time favorite movies, but I don't. Now people did point out that this does not have um, apparently there's an unrated cut or director's cut of this film. Guys, look, I'm a huge fan of the movie, but it's like I never really got into like the alternate cuts and the different cuts and the made for TV cuts. It's like I just watched these movies on VHS and whatever they came out on VHS on, like that's what I watched over and over again. So I'll be completely honest with you. Like I've seen the movie on TV and I feel like I remember like different scenes in the TV version, but I don't know if I've seen like an unrated cut or a director's cut. Somebody was telling me that there was multiple cuts, so it definitely sucks that if they don't end up adding the additional cut of this. Because here's the thing about Shout Factory, Screen Factory, they will announce stuff and you may not see new special features, and then they'll announce it like a month later. So I'm not necessarily worried just yet that we're not going to get new features for this, even though it's not showing right now, because that's how Shout Factory works sometimes. Sometimes we will get special features announced as soon as it comes out. Sometimes you have to wait a month. So I'm hoping that we get a couple of new special features for this, but also I'm not going to hold my breath because that's just how it is sometimes. But I just want this steelbook. I mean, look at this steelbook. It's a nice steelbook. You got the Ace Ventura Jim Carrey head right there with the pigeon on top. So I don't know, like, I don't know what I would have done with the artwork. It's not bad, and I don't dislike it by any means, but I don't know. I feel like you could have done some different things with it, but also I'm not getting the full picture. I don't know what's on the back. I don't know what's on the disc. I don't know what's on the inside. I think it's fine. I'm not like jumping out of my seat, like excited for the artwork on this steelbook, but I think it's fine. And it was good enough for me to order this and feel like I needed it. But yeah, that's the steelbook again, $37.99. We'll go ahead and back up and we'll get into the actual 4K right here. Original poster on the 4K. I mean, you can't beat it. Great original poster with him just holding up the Ace Ventura Pet Detective card. $32.99 for this. Not a bad price on the actual Shout Factory website, that's usually what it would be on Amazon. So, not a bad price for this. And yeah, nothing new here, guys. We already went over everything before. But yeah, this is going to be a 2 disc set. And like I said, hopefully they announce the other cut, that they're going to put the other cut on here. And hopefully we get some additional special features with this as well. But that's all I got to say about Ace Ventura, guys. I'm extremely excited. I am very excited for Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. If you can't tell, guys, um, if you can't, I can't wait to see Snowflake in 4K. Come on, guys. Come on. I have to ask you a few questions in 4K. Can't wait. All right, next up, guys, let's get into some serious business. We have a Jet Li collection, and I mean, Shop Factory is like the home for these martial arts collections. It feels like at this point they've been putting out a lot of good stuff. This is 109.99 on their website, and if you order this from the website, you do get a poster. And yeah, very nice box set. Hong Kong Cinema Classics, 4K Ultra HD plus Blu-ray. So these are all in 4K. And yeah, if you're a big fan of the Hong Kong, martial arts classics with Jet Li, I imagine this is going to be a must buy for you. But it looks like we've got, yeah, 5 films in this. You got Fong Si Sai Yuk in 4K. You got Fong Sai Yuk 2 in 4K. You got Tai Chi Master in 4K. You got The Bodyguard from Beijing in 4K. And you got Fist of Legend in 4K here. And it looks like these have potentially some new features here. I'm not seeing anything as of right now. Oh, yeah. Let me scroll down a little bit more, guys. And yeah, they're actually putting the new features on here. You got a new audio commentary on the first movie, new audio commentary on the second. Let's see, new interview with Leon Hunt, author of Kung Fu Masters. New audio commentary right there. And I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, this is a 10 disc collection because they give you the 4K and the Blu-ray with these. And yeah, it looks like you got new commentaries, new interviews on each one of these. So I mean, that's pretty damn cool. Looks like one of these films got Michelle Yeoh in it. Um, but yeah, I mean, looks pretty great. I mean, you gotta. I know some people will look at this and they'll be like, "Ah, what is this? I'm not into this." But like, you have to respect the work that goes into some of these box sets, like the Blaxploitation box set that's coming out next month. Like, that's a great looking set. I'm definitely going to pre-order that. But like, yeah, if you're a kung fu fan, to get 5 Jet Li movies in 4K with like new special features and new commentaries, like that's definitely pretty cool. And that comes out on July the 29th as well. All right, let's back up and get into Fade to Black. This is a rumor, I think, a couple of months ago, and they finally announced it. But yeah, this is a former Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray. I do own it. It's a good movie. It's a very good psychological thriller, I would call it, more than a horror film. But it's pretty cool how it kind of plays, plays homage to like classic films and cinema and stuff because he's really into old movies and that's kind of his character. He's dressing up like different classic characters from movies and stuff. So it's a pretty cool movie. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I enjoyed it enough to upgrade my Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray to 4K. Got to be a little bit more picky with this stuff these days, but this is going for $35.99. And I say that I just spent $80 on 2 versions of Ace Ventura, but I love that movie. Not that this is not a great movie too, but it's just not a movie that I deeply love from my childhood. $35.99 for this Fade to Black. Let's see if there's new features on this one. Looks like they got all the features from the Vinegar Syndrome release, so that's cool. All the past archival stuff. You've got a bunch of audio commentaries. Looks like you got 3 audio commentaries, and I imagine a couple of those are maybe new to the Vinegar Syndrome release. And you do have a new audio commentary as well, but from film critic Drew McWeeny. And yeah, this is a really good movie. New 4K restoration, Dolby Vision HDR10. I imagine it probably will look pretty good in 4K. But yeah, the lead actor in this film, I know from It 1990, he's Eddie Spaghetti. So yeah, I enjoyed this one. My wife and I watched it actually last October, and it's a good one. That one also comes out on July the 29th, big day for Scream Shout. All right, let's back up and get into Strangers with Candy. I remember watching this when I was a kid. Wasn't this like a so I think the show was on Comedy Central, and then they made a movie that was in theaters, but I feel like I watched it on Comedy Central, so I don't know if they put it on Comedy Central after it had its theatrical run, but yeah, just a goofy comedy. It's got Amy Sedaris in it, Stephen Colbert. I remember this is one of his first, I feel like, movies. He was probably like just starting the Daily Show then. New 4K transfer from the 35 millimeter interpositive for this one. Yeah, I'll be honest, I remember very little about this film. Very little about this film. I think a Blu-ray is probably good enough for this because this is probably its first time on Blu-ray. And yeah, you can order that for 29.99. That comes out on July the 22nd. And let's get into this next one, guys. This is, I think, another Roger Corman film or produced film at least. This is Battle Beyond the Stars. And I feel like we kind of knew this one was coming. They were going to do all the Corman stuff. So yeah, this is a 4K upgrade. It's going for 35.99. Going to be out on July the 15th. You got a new 4K scan from the original camera negative. You got Dolby Vision. You got HDR10. You got a couple of past commentaries. And I mean, since I think they did a steelbook of this with the 4K scan, like they did all the other Corman stuff, and now they're upgrading it to 4K. And then as far as features, it looks like you got a couple of new things, which is pretty cool. New A Universe of Possibilities Becoming James Horner, a documentary about composer James Horner's first film scores featuring new interviews with Sarah Horner, film historian Daniel Schweger, composer David Newman, and author Jeff Bond. That's actually pretty cool. Like, I'm definitely going to get this for sure. But it is cool they're adding new features because they didn't do that, I think, to any of the other Corman movies, if I'm remembering correctly. And then you got new Beyond Time and Space, Inside the Sound Effects, interview with composer, sound effects creator Alan Hayworth. So, and then you got some past, archival stuff as well. Audio commentary with Gail Ann Hurd, which is pretty cool. And then audio commentary with John Sayles and Roger Corman as well. So, yeah, this looks like a pretty damn cool set right here. 4K, and this is going to be a Scream Factor release. And I have not seen Battle Beyond the Stars, so would be excited to check that out for the first time. Then we've got some more Wallace and Gromit action, guys. We got some Wallace and Gromit action. This is the complete Kraken collection, and this is a 4K. So yeah, this is going for $23.99. Comes out on July the 15th, and looks like you got a few. I wonder, is this like short movies or these actual like movies? Yeah, 27 minutes, 29 minutes. So yeah, this is a collection of a Close Shave, The Wrong Trousers. I remember a Close Shave. I remember watching that one. Then you got A Grand Day Out, which is the one where they go to the moon and it's made of cheese. I know that Shout Factory puts out these Wallace and Gromits all the time, and I remember watching maybe a couple of them when I was a kid. But yeah, you got disc 2, all of these on 4K, and then disc 2 Blu-ray, all of them on Blu-ray, and then you got some special features as well. So pretty cool. If you're a Wallace and Gromit fan, you can get these movies in 4K. And I mean, it's stop motion, right? So I'm sure that stuff looks pretty damn good in 4K. But let's back up and get into some controversy here. I'm sure there's going to be some people to say some things about this, but Abigail, sorry guys, I had to adjust. Abigail is coming to 4K from Scream Factory. And look, I mean, this is something that's kind of expected at this point because Universal, they don't do it with all of their movies. They didn't do it with The Black Phone. They did not do it with Violent Night. They did not do it with Megan. But Universal notoriously puts out just Blu-rays, and then the 4Ks come later. And sometimes they're the ones that put it out, and sometimes they license it to Shout Factory, Screen Factory to put it out. They did that with the Happy Death Day movies. They did that with Upgrade. Pretty much a lot of the Blumhouse stuff. They did that with Freaky, Ouija as well. I think I don't know if they did Ouija Origin of Evil, but they do it with a lot of stuff. So like if a Universal Blu-ray comes out, you can almost like guarantee a 4K is coming, whether it's from Universal or it's from Shout Factory. It's coming at some point. So yeah, I anticipated we would get Abigail because I think there's a German. Yeah, I talked about it a couple of weeks ago on the Physical Media Report. I think there's a German release of Abigail. Now I bought Abigail. I bought it at Walmart because there was a lot of hype for it, and I just wanted to see it. So I bought it at Walmart on Blu-ray for 22 bucks. I watched it. I enjoyed the film. I did not love it like a lot of other people did, but I thought it was a very well done vampire movie with a nice angle with the kid ballerina and stuff. I enjoyed the movie. This is not something I feel like I need to upgrade to 4K. I actually remember doing a video on this. And I was like, this Blu-ray looks great. Like the Blu-ray honestly does. And a lot of Blu-rays for modern films really look good. It's the same reason I didn't get the 4K of Last Voyage of the Demeter. Like I'll probably get the Blu-ray if I want to see that for like 10 bucks, and it'll probably look great. Not that the 4K can't look better, because it probably can, but like the Abigail Blu-ray, like I was watching that and I was like, you know what? If you didn't tell me either way, like if I was watching this, like you could just tell me it's 4K and I would believe you. Because it already looks pretty damn good on my OLED TV. So yeah, again, guys, like, I like the movie, but definitely not enough to upgrade to 4K. But yeah, it's got a nice poster with it. If you order it from Shout Factory, Screen Factory, it's going for 35.99. I'm sure it'll be a little cheaper when it hits Amazon. And it's going to come out on July the 8th. Let's see if it's got new features. Oh, well, look, guys, this could be the selling point. I didn't even get into this yet, but it does have a new audio commentary here. It's got the commentary that was on the Blu-ray release that came out last year with the director's radio silence, but it is a new 4K presentation from the original elements. You got Dolby Vision and you got HDR10. You got Dolby Atmos with this. I don't know if the Blu-ray had Dolby Atmos or not. It's got DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 and 2.0. But in addition to the new audio commentary, you got a new interview with co-writer Guy Busick, a new interview with co-writer Stephen Shields, new interview with production designer Susie Cullen, and a new interview with director of photography Aaron Morton. So no actors or actresses involved in the film. There's no new interviews with the directors. That would have been nice if the directors kind of gave a new interview or something, even if it's I know they're busy, they're working on other stuff. They're not working on the Scream franchise anymore, but I know they're probably working on their next movie. But it would have been nice to have them come back and talk about this, for about 10 minutes, do a little interview or something for Shout Factory. But I mean, look, it's got 4 new interviews. So, I mean, there's somewhat of a reason to maybe get this if you bought the Blu-ray for 22 bucks like I did last year. But honestly, like I think the Blu-ray is going for like 10 bucks right now. I think it's like 10 bucks on Groove. It's always in the sales and stuff. But yeah, good movie. It's definitely not one that I feel like I need to upgrade anytime soon, but that's Abigail. Then we've got Grave of the Fireflies. You got I think this is a Blu-ray Steelbook. It's coming out on July the 8th, and it's 21.99 for that. And yeah, this is an anime movie, Studio Ghibli movie. Have not seen this before, but I think it's a pretty well received one as far as like critically and audience. I think a lot of people love this movie. Doesn't look like there's anything new here. And I feel like Shout Factory's released this before, but you got the Steelbook and you got just a regular Blu-ray version for 19.99. All right, yeah. See, guys, we got a lot of stuff in this slate, and we're getting into the last two. These are both Shout Factory, Shout Select releases. We have Alexander Revisited, the final cuts, and this is an Oliver Stone film. I remember when Alexander came out, I don't think I ever saw the movie. But I guess that they're just putting out the final cut and they're not going to do any of the other cuts. This is what I'm getting from this, but I need to watch this. And from what I understand, the original Alexander film, the theatrical cut was kind of a mess. And then they did this cut and everybody liked it much more. So let me know your thoughts on Alexander in the comments section. But this comes out on July the 1st and it is coming out for $35.99. And it looks like you have an option to get a poster with this as well if you order from Shout Factory. A lot of the posters and stuff, guys, they only come if you order from Shout Factory. And yeah, this thing is 213 minutes. This cut is, but you got a new interview with director and co-writer Oliver Stone. Oliver is pretty good about coming back and doing interviews on his movies, and they've worked with him a lot recently with JFK and Natural Born Killers. New interview with editor Alex Marquise. New interview with visual effects supervisor John Shields. So, and then you got Fight Against Time, Oliver Stone's Alexander feature-length documentary. So I wonder if they kind of get into the troubles there behind the scenes. But this is a 2-disc set. You got the 4K with the new 4K restoration, Dolby Vision, HDR10. You got Dolby Atmos 5.1 and 2.0. And you got a new audio commentary here as well. Now, it does look like, from what I'm seeing, that the movie is not on the Blu-ray. It does not look like they have the movie on the Blu-ray, so you can only watch the movie on the 4K with this, it looks like, because the Blu-ray looks like it's just special features. Which, it's fine, I think, but I think some people probably would have wanted both options, but it's fine. But yeah, I might get this at some point just because I've never seen the movie, and it is one that I do want to check out at some point. It's got a great cast though. What's it got? Angelina Jolie, Val Kilmer, Jared Leto, Rosario Dawson, Anthony Hopkins, Colin Farrell. Like that's a great cast. That is a great cast. And then lastly, guys, another movie I haven't seen. This is a John Travolta film, Primary Colors. And this is actually 29.99 right now, new 4K for 29.99. And is this also an Oliver Stone movie? But you've got a new 4K restoration from the original camera negative presented in Dolby Vision HDR10, DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 2.0, new audio commentary with film critic Drew McWeeny. He's really doing a lot of work for them. And Elaine May biographer Carrie Kurgan. Then you got the new audio commentary here on the Disc 2 Blu-ray. Looks like you can watch the movie on the Blu-ray on this one. And then you got three new interviews. You got an interview with actor Paul Guilfoyle, a new interview with Primary Colors author Joe Klein. I guess this was a book before, and new interview with actor Adrian Lester. So you got a couple of new interviews with some actors here. So yeah, this looks pretty cool. It looks like they announced that's kind of what makes me nervous about Ace Ventura. They announced the special features for everything but Ace Ventura. So, but sometimes it does happen that way, and we'll see some like new announcements for Ace Ventura in the next month or so. So hopefully that's the way it turns out. But yeah, this is a pretty cool slate, guys. I'm definitely excited for Ace Ventura. You guys know that. And I know there's going to be people excited for Fade to Black, Abigail. I think of this slate, the ones I'm the most likely to get is Battle Beyond the Stars and Ace Ventura. Everything else, Alexander, I'll get at some point. Primary Colors, I might get at some point. But everything else, I feel like can wait. I do want to point out, I did see some. Let me make myself a little bit bigger, guys. I did see some steel books for RoboCop 2, but I couldn't find those on the Shout Factor website, and I couldn't find those on Amazon and Blu-ray.com as well. But it was a RoboCop 2 steelbook, and it was something else. I just can't remember. So I'll cover that when on the Physical Media Report next Monday. But thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know what you're excited about. Are you as excited as I am for Ace Ventura Pet Detective? I'm just freaking over the moon excited for that. Let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, turn on bell notifications for all future videos. Again, I'll have all this stuff linked down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.